To look in the past, right? Maybe UNC last year felt like, hey, it was a lost season. But was it? Like, this team grew up. I mean, this is still one of the youngest teams in the country, but they've learned how to win on the offensive defensive end, and they're blowing past expectation.
Here is Andrew McAdory.
Nothing.
Entering the game, North Carolina with an RPI of 6. Duke at 8. You get the sense the winner tonight has the inside track to a first-round home game. Loser might be going on the road. Selection Sunday this Sunday. That shot. ALL draft later this month. Engelke and Wambach, the new battle at the Faceoff X. Wambach wins it for UNC. First possession for the Tar Heels.
High. This Duke team is rolling.
He had a front row seat to O'Neal's play at Duke for a couple of years. Wambach getting tangled up with Engelke, and Duke able to win a face-off. Blue Devils shooting 3 of 6 early on. Tar Heels 0 for 1.
Every game's different, right? They always present different challenges, but one thing that is for sure is that Coach Danowski always has his team focusing on now, focusing on getting better each and every day, and their finished product is fantastic.
Well, what's different in this game on the UNC sideline is the lack of energy. They're not picking up the ground ball, and Joe Bresci made a...
Well, that is now the 8th highest total in a single season in UNC history. School record 50 by Luke Goldstock within reach. If Carolina gets a few more games. Here comes Wambach. Last time out against Syracuse, Petramala scored 6 goals. He started the season, and you watch a guy like Tomas Delgado. He was in witness protection for most of the season, and then against Virginia gets an opportunity, scores 2 goals, puts up 2 more in the first half today.
Hey, my guess is that opportunity is going to continue.
I would think. Parker Hoffman, 4 and white, a face-off guy, but so fast. Understand about the bigger picture, going beyond the sport, being in the community. Joe Bresci, in his past, has suffered incredible loss. Lost his son at a young age. They play a scrimmage every year against Ohio State to honor his son. They hand out an MVP award at the end.
Have to change sides of attack, and right now Duke is doing that. North Carolina is not.
Meanwhile, Duke has made face-offs a muck, and they win another one. Engelke matched up well with Wambach in the first meeting, and Duke has held its own at the Faceoff X today. They've won 5 of 9. Wambach came into the game statistically as the top. Tomas Delgado had 3 career goals entering tonight, and he's got a first-half hat trick. There's Duffy, final seconds. Puts it toward Cage, and Matt missed. Career game in the first half, 3 goals and an assist. Wambach against Cal Girard, and Girard jumped. Let's check in with Dana.
Well, you guys were talking about Duke doing all the little things. UNC did not do that.
Devils.
Engelke, the face-off. Dumps it to the wing, quick shot, high.
Now, I mean, it's not even close to what you can see on the Blue Devils sideline versus the Tar Heels.
It's amazing how quickly things can turn. Think about where Duke was a few weeks ago after they lost to UNC. There was a legitimate It's amazing how quickly things can turn. Think about where Duke was a few weeks ago after they lost to UNC. There was a legitimate concern that Duke might miss the tournament. Now here we are, they're up 9-1, looking at a potential spot in the ACC championship game.
Offensive approach tonight, watch me dodge, watch me feed the crease, watch me take a shot versus Duke truly playing team offense.
And Matt, you start forecasting ahead for Duke. The way this defense is built, they don't need to be an all-world offense to make a deep
get away from you pretty quickly. But when you have a coach like Coach Danowski, right? Like, you ask people, like, how's it going, right? And you get lip service. Oh, it's great. I'm doing well. And you're like, do I believe you're doing that? Coach didn't ask you, like, how are you doing? He's like, Matt, today's the best day of my life. Like, kids are getting better. You're like, God, I believe it. Like, he is such a motivator. He's such a good perspective on what's important and what's not. And his teams are always going to be playing their best across the end of the year.
I do remember, though, before the Carolina game, Jules Henningberg and I did.
Thank you.
Coming into the game, Max Sloat was 4 for 25 in ACC play. Ben Johnston was shooting 16% in his last 7 games. You get a game like this where you see the ball go in. What does that do for a shooter?
Look, shooters are going to shoot, but it's the confidence, right? Like, for a better than average shot that they took.
They had one. It was the Matten shot on the doorstep that
Right.
Jamison stonewalled, and that was it. And normally, Matt, Wambach is such a factor for UNC in terms of tilting the possession battle.
And with English to kind of create that one-on-one advantage and then do what they do best off ball. Great shooters, great finishers.
UNC won the face-off. They turn it over. We had a weather delay in that Syracuse-Notre Dame game. About a 50-plus minute delay or so. 53 officially, says Russ DeLynn, our statistician. That's a 5-star recruit. One of the best high school players in the country, top 25. He's been coming on of late, too. And Matt, to wrap up,
Going to pay for those kind of bluff slides.
Molliver has authored a 30-30 season with his performance tonight.
Racial talent, Kurt's just, there's something about him. Like, he has that dog in him that he just, every day, can enforce his will. I'm so excited to see him play at the next level.
Princeton currently leading Harvard 10-8. That game over on ESPNU, fourth quarter. So
10, 11, 12.
For 2 spots.
For 2 spots, right? And again, like, coming to this game, I was like, oh no, like, Notre Dame doesn't worry about that. But now where they've dropped, like, they're going to be uncomfortable. A very good attack, and myself, Ben Rubior, Billy Gladding, Danny Gladding, like, we initiated most of our offense still from our midfield because Drew Thompson and Kyle Dixon and Matt Poskett, like, it just opened where I think he's just different is end of game, goal line, 10 seconds to go. Like, maybe not since Pat Spencer. Like, has there been someone that something's going to happen like him?
He's the one guy.